Welcome to the Oliveboard platform. Two of the most prestigious examinations of the railway recruitment boards, RRB Group D and RRB NTPC. The main ambiguity is, should I sit for NTPC? Should I sit for Group D? Or can I prepare for both simultaneously and get increase my chances of selection? So in this video, I will discuss in detail about the comparison between the two, which one can be a better aspect for you, based on what points and what are the overall advantages and disadvantages of both these, right? So today's session will be based on that, but stay tuned with me till the end of the session, because I have a wonderful reveal point for you, a unique feature which is being introduced by Oliveboard across all its applications, across all the application, the courses, content, etc. And it is widely beneficial for you in your preparation and revision, right? So we'll discuss that in the end. Stay tuned. Let's start right away. So when I talk of comparison between NTPC and Group D, right, the main differentiation is NTPC is a white collar job, whereas Group D becomes a blue collar experience. It is a blue collar job. What is the difference? A white collar job implies it is more officer like. You are more bound inside in a room, in an office, in probably a station, indoors basically, and you are doing a lot of managerial work. Whereas a blue collar job, on the other hand, is where you are into the fields, you are working, you are actually maintaining tracks. So that becomes a blue collar experience. You are less confined to an office space and more confined to field work. Okay. So yes, that is it. The educational qualifications are also different for both of them, but we will look at the comparative analysis of both similarities and differences between the two and why you should choose any one if you want to. So let's start with the NTPC path, right? So if you are a graduate or even an undergraduate past the 12th standard, you can think about the NTPC, right? There are various posts here which are catering to a lot of managerial environments, a lot of project management things, a lot of roles compared to, as clerical entities. So there are a lot of roles which are based on the fact where you need to be restricted into an office space. So you need, I would not say an easygoing job, but a job where you are involved in the day-to-day running activities and operations of railways, but from a confined space. Of course, there are highly challenging roles here as well, but mainly your role is that of an administrator. So it is like you are one of the primary deciding factors of railway running daily administrations, right? So it is, as I told you, it is a white collar option and it is majorly focused on operational management, right? But we will look at how to go about the whole preparation here. So NTPC, let's talk about the selection process. The education qualification, as I told you, it has to be the 12th standard and your graduation level. So both have separate posts. So out of all the posts available under NTPC, non-technical popular categories, some of them are exclusively available for graduates and some of them are exclusively available for undergraduates. Okay. So you can either have some posts for 12th pass and some posts for graduate students. The selection process is quite long though. We will first start with a computer-based test, CBT1, which is a screening test. After you qualify this, you sit for the CBT2, which is actually a merit decider. After this, you will give the typing or skill test. And additionally, for some posts, there is also a psychometric test, which is now known as the CBAT, the computer-based aptitude test. And then you'll end up having the document verification. It's a long process, because you will be hired as an officer-like situation will be there. You will be getting a lot of perks and you will be having a good high starting salary if you get selected here. Okay, so this is the ideal government service. Okay, so that is how you need to be focused on your preparation for your NTPC. So this is a basic format which is involved here, and nowadays it has become very regular. Okay, if I give you a brief of what is the lifestyle of an NTPC officer, I mean any officer, any railway officer is getting selected through the NTPC examination for the common posts. Key posts are station masters, goods train managers and senior clerk cum typists. Okay. So station masters are really, as they sound, they are the masters of a particular station. So a particular railway station, you will be the head manager of it. You will take care of a lot of aspects of the day-to-day running of that station. This job actually is challenging, as so far I was talking to you about a lot of clerical things and a lot of clerical work involving desk jobs. Station masters are also kind of desk jobs, but they are limited to that station. Within that station, everything comes under your scope. So then that becomes mentally challenging, because it involves a lot of operational problems and things which you need to come out deal with every day. Apart from that, goods train managers they manage the safe and timely transit of freight from one place to another. Freight means the goods trains, right? So that's a different category altogether. Then we have the senior clerk cum typist. Again, a lot of clerical work which is important, which is crucial to the day-to-day running of railways is taken care of these people. Right now, work environment, as I told you, it is very office based. It can be, so again, some roles like station masters are shift based roles. So some of them may be in the day shift, some of them in the night shift, right? But some of these roles like senior clerk cum typist, they are regular office roles, 9 to 5 jobs. You are going, you're sitting confined in a desk space, you're doing a job and coming out. So a lot of mental involvement is there. I'm not saying that the jobs are easy anyhow, but they are mentally involving. They will take up a lot of your time, a lot of thought process. And often these days, you might not believe, but despite being a government service, a lot of work comes back home. Because the workshops are large, you need to manage a lot of things. So a lot of work starts coming back with you. Unlike normal expected government jobs, these jobs, managerial jobs, they're actually bringing a lot of tasks back home. So even after you come back home, there is a chance that you might be involved in some of your office involvements, right? But the advantages are that this is a high starting salary, you get prestigious jobs, right? And you will be like an officer in the Indian Railways. Okay, pay levels 2 to 6 are covered here, faster promotions and a good chances of being stationed in metropolitan areas and a good chance of good growth and a stable career with the Indian Railways. Now, if I talk about comparatively, if I talk about the Group D path, as I told you, it's the blue collar job. They are known as the backbone of the nation, specifically the backbone of the railway section. How to actually, so what the white collar people, the NTPC people are running is actually being built by the Group D people. That is exactly what it is. They are constantly on the tracks, right? Constantly trying to build and maintain the physical infrastructure of the Indian Railways. Now, it is also very important as far as the running of the railways is concerned. It is one of the most crucial things, crucial roles which is given to you here. So let's look at the selection criteria. The educational background here needs to be at least a 10th pass or an ITI. Okay. So you need to have these qualifications or the National Apprenticeship Certificate, NAC. So you will be eligible for the Group D services. The Group D selection is slightly shorter. The selection process is slightly shorter. You will have a CBT single stage exam, then you have a PET, physical efficiency or endurance test. Different posts will have them accordingly, and then a document verification. Here, the physicality matters a lot. So over there, when I was telling you that a lot of work was mentally challenging, but physically you were confined in a single space, here a lot of work is physically challenging. So much so that you might even be responsible to lift up and transfer heavy machinery and heavy goods on the railway platforms, on the workshops, etc. Coach factories, etc. They might, hire you to get their work done there, and a lot of mechanics, etc. are involved here. So this is how the physical endurance test is actually very necessary part of the RRB Group D, right? The good aspect here is that a lot of work might not get carried on back home. So when you are actually leaving the workshop and going back home, because it is a very physically involving job, once you are done with your shift, you are done. A lot of times it is not expected unless it's an emergency, right? So the primary advantage which you can see here is that the selection process is slightly shorter. So the chances of getting through an exam become higher because you will be going through a quicker process. Now, what are the key roles here? If you look at the life security and stability of Group D officer, so key roles are track maintainer grade 4. Okay, so they ensure the safety and integrity of the railway tracks, and this is actually a very tiring involvement because constantly you need to go through. There are tests which need to be made for every single nut which is placed on the railway line and at every nook and corner. So you can be posted in the remotest of areas where you are responsible for a certain section of tracks. Okay, so that is very important role. Pointsman B, so there are pointsman signal points, right, which are managed by these pointsmen. So these are managing the routing of trains by operating track points. All right, and the workshop helpers, again, as I told you, lifting of heavy goods, transferring of heavy goods and other helping opportunities in coach factories and rolling stock are being taken care of by the workshop helpers. Okay, so the work environment, as I told you, is physically challenging. Okay, and it can be shift based. It is not usually based on a fixed timing. It is mostly shift based, but depends on some roles. Some roles can be fixed timing also, but you will have to be on the field most of the time. So even in challenging weather conditions, you will be on field, you will be working, and you are the one of the primary responsible people to run the railways efficiently. Okay, of course the managerial posts are also important, but a flaw there can still be managed. A flaw here can be detrimental, can prove fatal in some cases. So a lot of responsibility is that ways on your head as well, right? The key advantages are the selection process is pretty fast and the vacancies are high, very high. As compared to the NTPC exams, you can almost consider them to be almost 3 times average. I'm not saying exact, but almost 3 times you will see the vacancies here. So the chances of getting selected get higher. Now if you are a 10th student, 10th, I mean you have cleared your matriculation and you are somewhat, because of some reason you want to kickstart your career as a government of India servant for a long term either, or you're looking to switch in your future generation or in a future course of action, but at present you need to be involved somewhere. You can start the process of Railway Group D, get involved, start your work, get a lot of experience, and then probably once you are graduate side by side, okay, then you can think of switching, you can think of giving other exams and upgrading. So this is a strategy used commonly by a lot of students because of higher vacancies. The competition is somewhat bearable and manageable. I would not say it is less anyhow. The competition is pretty high here as well. The chances of selection are less, but compared to NTPC, they are quite more, right? So those are the advantages of Group D. Now if I talk about the syllabus, so we will divide the syllabus into 3 major sections. Section 1 is common between both of them. So quant and reasoning section, as far as the syllabus is concerned, is common between both of them. Of course, the types of questions which are asked from these sections vary from point to point, but majorly you have to cover the same things everywhere. Where it changes is changes in the GK section. NTPC has a deeper focus on general awareness, social based awareness. So you will have history, polity, geography, economics, all these topics, static GK, art, culture, that is more heavy in the NTPC section. And here it focuses more on the science aspect. I am not saying that this does not focus on the science aspect or this does not focus on the social aspect, but it is more social heavy and it is more science heavy. Okay, physics, chemistry, right, other general science, that is catered to up to a 10th standard level, right? So that is what Group D is all about. So there are exam specific course, okay, and exam specific focus points as well. So your preparation can be a 2-tier preparation. 2-tier means parallel preparation, but your strategy has to be very different. So once you are focused on the core, you are done with the basics for both of them. Now whenever one exam approaches, you can switch your preparation to that one track, complete that exam, and by the time the other exam is approaching, you switch your track to the other one. So that is a smart way to prepare if you are aiming for both of them. So Group D, the opportunity landscape, a look at the numbers. You can see, as I told you, 8,868 vacancies predicted this time, right, for the RRB NTPC, and 22,000, approximate 22,000 plus vacancies for the Group D. Now these numbers are not exactly accurate, but these can keep changing, but this is giving you a general scenario of the vacancy forecast. So if I just summarize here, so the work style in RRB NTPC is mental and administrative, as I told you. Here a lot of physical and hands-on work is involved. Workplace is majorly office or stations indoors. Here you will be working on the fields or tracks, you will be outdoors majorly. Competition is extremely high. I think competition is high here also, but because of higher vacancies, the chances are slightly greater for selection. The selection is lengthy and multi-stage, but here the selection is faster. Lower number of stages here, so the chances increase again. Starting salary is higher, pay level 2 to 6 are covered here. Here we start from pay level 1. So the salaries are also a differentiating point. Physicality of course is low here. Physicality is highly challenging, demanding and mandatory there. Okay. So these are the comparative analysis between the two. Now what should you choose? So if you are a graduate or if you are a 12th pass and you are looking for a stable career where it is a very prestigious involvement, you want to utilize your knowledge and skill to the overall benefit and development of the Indian Railways, you can look for a managerial role. Okay, then NTPC is right for you. Go ahead, choose this exam, prepare wisely and try to ace it to build a good career here. Whereas if you are a 10th standard pass student, you have not yet started your 12th, or there are any restrictions or any reasons why you are looking for a government job at this stage, probably you don't have the you have a future here, you're thinking about this but not right now, but you need to start your career because of any involvement, then RRB Group D is for you. Sit for these exams. The chances of selection will be higher, though a lot of times these students are also mixed up here. Okay, so be careful, that is there. You might have to face that extra competition because these days the government jobs have become so cutthroat that everybody wants one and they are not looking for the profiles, they are just looking for exams. So that can be a challenging aspect, but if you are thinking from that perspective, you can go for this exam, right? A lot of physical involvement is there, but you can settle down, you can start your hustle journey young, as very young, and even if you don't plan to switch in future, you can still end up having a decent career with the Indian Railways if you have chosen Group D. So make your choice wisely, and if you are out of those students who can try to attend both, then that is a different philosophy altogether. So that is your journey, your choice, of course, right? Now, since you have stayed with me till here, the main point is where I would want to discuss with you the wonderful feature what Oliveboard has launched for all its students for quick revision. It is the 360-degree Smart Revision Kit. Okay, the 360-degree study kit. Now, what happens is, a lot of us these days, the buzz of AI is going around, artificial intelligence, what we need to do, how we need to use it. But somewhere or the other, we are all, because of the fear of missing out, we are all using it very vaguely, very differently, and we are not able to churn it out to our best potential, right? So you are actually losing out on it. And a lot of people are also getting distracted while they are sitting with AI. Okay, so try to utilize it in your benefit, and rather than going on multiple platforms and trying to access AI and bring it into your study preparation, Oliveboard has amalgamated all that into its platform itself. So you can use AI from the comfort of sitting on the Oliveboard application itself while you're watching a video to study or to prepare your course. So once you watch a video, you're done with your course, you've prepared your notes, but now you want to revise, you want to go through it again. Generally what students do is they sit down, watch the video at a faster speed. Sometimes they don't watch the video, they just go through their notes, and that is the only source of preparation they had. And some of them who were toppers, the cream students, they manually used to prepare sub notes, sections, reminder points, flashcards, right? And that used to take a lot of input of time as well. So to cut that down, everything, the AI is here to support you as an assistant in the 360-degree study kit, where the AI will help you master the summary, have a question, my notes, detailed notes, quiz, flashcards, PDFs, everything pertaining to this video, right? With highly accurate data. So it can generate the summary of the whole session. While the session is running, the summary will be available to you. So when you're revising, once you're done with the session, you can go through the summary for a quick review of what was being taught in the class, right? And then after summary, you have detailed notes as well. And these are completely separate and different from the summary. It's not just a simple elaborated version of the summary, but you will have detailed version of notes here. So you can go through all these notes, right, to compare them with your notes and the teacher provided notes to have even a better scope where nothing is missed. Even whatever the teacher says verbally, sometimes very important things are said verbally. Even the teacher forgets to mention it in their notes, and even the students forget to write it down. But this will not miss anything. So everything, you will get a brief summary here and a detailed version here to go through without having to look through the video again. Then a quiz will be generated. This quiz is different from the quiz which is discussed with you in the classes. Those are the practice questions brought from the faculty's end, but they are mostly PYQs, right? Or questions based on PYQs. Here you will get conceptual questions which will help you understand the concept and help you revise the concept better. Simultaneously, there will be flashcards which will be created for you. So from the flashcards, you can have a good quick revision of facts, of points related to what is being taught. And again, good questions, good remember points, good things to go through about the topic. Then you can create your own notes based on timestamps, right? So there will be specific notes which you would want to write on a particular timestamp. But rather than writing it in your note, you can, while you're studying or while you're revising, you can say that on this timestamp, I want to add something of my own, which will remind me of this. So when you're watching that video again, on that particular timestamp, that note will also flash. So you can use it as those, colored sticky versions you paste in your books to remind you of certain additional aspects apart from what is mentioned on the page. And apart from this, this is last but not the least, Apart from this, there is also a chapter wise breakage of the whole video, which is also AI based summary. So it is not that we are breaking this, the AI has broken it down into chapters for you, so that any section which you feel that you want to go through only this section, rather than playing the video and moving the scope and putting it on that timestamp, you can directly click on the chapter and it will take you to the chapter and give you a complete brief of that chapter, right? So utilize this wonderful feature in your benefit. Go ahead and check it out. It is live for all the subscribers on the platform, on the Oliveboard application. Watch these videos, try to use these AI features in your benefit, and definitely ace your overall preparation for your upcoming examinations. Thank you for watching this video till here. Hope this was actually useful for you to give you a good comparative analysis between RRB Group D and NTPC. Hit the like button right away and share this video across platforms so that other students can also benefit from this classic feature which is available for the students. And also subscribe to the Oliveboard platform if you are new here. Thank you so much. I'll see you around in the next video. Till then, you guys take care. Bye bye. Namaskar. Jai Hind.